Yes.
Buying a house should be fun and exciting.
It's fun.
It shouldn't be so scary. It shouldn't be something that you regret immediately. Hey everybody.
Howdy.
Sherri and Milynda here again. We have a hot topic today.
We sure do.
Talking about cold feet, buyer's remorse, that kind of thing. Buying a home is like the biggest thing that most people will ever buy. So it can be a scary, emotional thing, especially when you start looking at how much it's going to cost to do the closing, and then what the payment's going to be, and it all the repairs it needs.
it just gets real, I think, when those initial loan disclosures go out. So after you work with your realtor and you make your offer, and that's all good, and then your offer gets accepted and you're like, yay, and you're excited, and then you send it to the lender, and then the lender has to send you some paperwork after that. And that paperwork, the loan paperwork, is where the numbers really start to get real.
Yeah.
And that's where some apprehension can come up, because they're forms that you're not used to looking at. We see them all the time,
right,
but they're new to you. And they're big numbers.
Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, and kind of another point that I just now thought about. When you're negotiating your price, like the outlying areas right now are kind of in a buyer's market, so there's kind of an opportunity for some negotiating there. If you're going to be asking off the price, there's a little bit of a chance when you do the inspections, but for the most part, if you're going to negotiate the price down, you do that at the start. That's your big opportunity.
Yeah.
You can't, once you get that price agreed to and on the contract, there's not really a chance to redo the price unless you get, have a bunch of repairs that they agree to give you cash in lieu of, or to reduce the price by that amount. Like if it needs, it has some big deal breaker things,
right,
like an air conditioner,
something that
an
comes
HVAC,
up in
or
the
something
inspection
like
that kind of changes, gives you an opportunity to renegotiate.
Right,
at that point. Yeah.
But that's not a chance to say, okay, we want you to do all these repairs, plus we want another $20,000 off the price because we thought about it again, and we don't want to pay that much. Another opportunity to kind of negotiate on the price is after the appraisal comes. If the appraisal comes in too low, that means lower than the contract amount, then a couple things can happen. The seller can come down in price, the buyer can put more cash in, or the deal can be terminated. So,
or you can meet in the middle somewhere. Sometimes
meet in the middle somewhere. Yeah. But that just occurred to me because I've had more than one person ask me about that. Hey, can we ask for some more money off? And really, once you do that big negotiation at the beginning to agree on a price, that's kind of what it is.
And you can put yourself in the seller's position at that point too. If you were the seller and you had already agreed to this, and then someone just kind of randomly, at least to you, just wants to lower the price again for no good reason.
Yeah,
so,
we already agreed.
Yeah.
And then another thing is like nickeling and diming on all the repairs. It's going to be a used house, so there's going to be stuff that you have to fix. What you should be negotiating for after the inspections is deal breaker things. And if it's a VA loan like we were kind of talking about today, there are things that the lender is going to expect that have to be fixed before closing. That's not necessarily all the deal breaker things that could be wrong with the place. But let's go back to our initial thing, is this kind of cold feet and the emotional that
right.
Oh, I don't want to say that word, but the OF feeling.
So, because like the lender has to send you some documents, and so you've probably talked with your lender, or let me say this, you should have talked with your lender. You need to be talking with a lender who is going to spend the time to go over numbers with you. And those numbers are going to be hypothetical at first, like houses in a price range. And so you're going to have a ballpark idea of what monthly payment is going to be and cash to close, because those are the two numbers that matter the most for most people: monthly payment and what do I need to bring to closing to get this house bought. But then once we go from a price range of house to a specific house, then that lender also needs to run a loan worksheet for you on, here's our estimates for what that transaction would look like on that house.
Right.
But I'm still using the word estimate, okay? Because as Sherri was saying, there's just a lot of moving parts in this, and there are many service providers coming together.
Yeah.
So,
and we're working the whole time too to try to get the costs down and to find ways to, save you on closing costs and to, whatever we can do, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we can negotiate cash in lieu of repairs, and you can use that for closing costs. You can use it for repairs. You can use it to reduce your interest rate a little bit, buy your rate down a little bit. There's lots of different options for things to kind of work it to your advantage. Another thing you could do with that cash in lieu of repairs is reduce the price by a little bit. Sometimes it behooves you more to reduce the rate or use it for your closing costs than it does to take $10,000 off the price. Because $10,000 off the price over 30 years
doesn't make as much of a difference in your monthly payment as you think it's going to.
Yeah.
So, and your lender will run the differences and show you how it changes the transaction, what looks different for you.
Right.
So,
yeah, they can run it for different interest rates if you buy down, or for different pricing.
yep, and
all the things,
we'll talk about all of that. And it's just important to keep talking to your lender. When those first disclosures come out, there's sometimes it's the numbers on the loan estimate is going to be the main document that you're looking at first. It's still a preliminary document because we have to get it out to you within 3 days of receiving that contract. So that's pretty quick. We don't know a lot of final numbers yet at that point.
Right.
But also it's just a lot of disclosures that the government says we have to send you. It's not that we want to clutter your inbox with a bunch of paperwork, but we have to send you these disclosures. And sometimes it's just like, wow, this is real. This is a lot of paperwork I'm having to sign. Talk to your lender. They're going to be able to explain everything. Talk to them about that loan estimate. Feel like you can express your concerns. What are your pressure points in this transaction? What are some opportunities? Because that loan estimate is still just that. It is an estimate. So there is still an opportunity to try to lower some costs, maybe just get all your questions answered. And the knowledge will help you feel better, because a lot of this is just fear of the unknown. It's a big transaction with big numbers, and you don't know what you're looking at when that paper first gets laid down.
It's true.
Yes.
Buying a house should be fun and exciting.
It's fun.
It shouldn't be so scary. It shouldn't be something that you regret immediately. It shouldn't be something that you want to run away from, really, once you've,
And
like Milynda said, keep the conversation going, ask all the questions.
Yeah.
Don't kind of bottle up on it. Ask us what's going on.
Ask us while these feelings are happening, so that you don't have a little explosion at the end because you bottled it all up and you felt like you couldn't express your concerns, because we're here to answer your questions and to fit this whole experience to your needs and goals. So
exactly.
But we need to know how you're feeling and what the needs and goals are for us to help you get there.
Right? We're not mind readers.
We are not mind readers.
As much as we try.
We try. Okay.
We're pretty good at
we try to read the
anticipating.
vibe and all that stuff, but we're not perfect. So help us out.
Yeah, so like switching gears is no big deal, and it is better to terminate when you can terminate, like during the option period, or buyers have 25 different ways that they can get out of a contract for different various and sundry reasons.
Yeah.
But the primary one is during the option period, when you have an unrestricted right. You could terminate without having to explain why or give any reason whatsoever. You just say, I want to terminate, and that's good. And you get your earnest money back. So,
and in this case, that's what we're doing. They're going to terminate during option, and we're just going to recalibrate and start looking at a different price point home.
Switch gears. And
pretty much switch gears. And they've got a lot of knowledge under their belt at this point. So they're going to go into this next home search better informed, and I think more confident and less scared. Yeah.
That's what it's about. We both want our clients and customers to be comfortable every step of the way, to know what's going on, to understand all the things that you're signing, to understand what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Once you're comfortable, there's going to be a little bit of repairs. Like I said, buying a resale home, there's going to be things that are wrong, things that you want to make yours that are not necessarily the seller's responsibility to fix. Like if you want different paint colors, that's on you. That's not on the seller, unless the whole, the walls have a bunch of holes and it's all destroyed. Then
and Sherri will start to talk to you about wants versus needs.
Right.
What are the absolute have to haves to make the transaction work, and what are things that would be nice, but we're not going to lose this deal if we don't get these items, kind of a thing.
Yeah, and it comes down to like, what are your main things that are most important to you. Is it location? Is it size? Is it acres? Is it, accessories or different buildings or bedrooms, or, what's important to you?
And I want to make sure that you understand those loan documents. It does not matter how smart you are or how educated you are. Those are documents you're not used to looking at.
Exactly.
So there are no dumb questions. You need to feel as comfortable as possible looking at them. I don't think you need to feel like it's a breeze. You're never going to get to that point because you're only going to look at that set of documents a few times in your life.
Yeah.
But you need to be clear and comfortable with the document, with what you're signing, and get the gist of what it says.
Yeah. Same with the contract and the representation agreement and everything. If your agent should be explaining every paragraph to you so you understand it and you're comfortable before you move on to the next step. If you're not, you always have the option and the advice to go get an attorney to interpret all that for you, to make sure that you understand everything before you sign on the dotted line.
Yeah.
The representation agreement is kind of more like going steady than getting married. The contract for a house, once you get to a certain point, is like getting married, and
like
it's hard to get out of it. Yeah, so you just got to be sure you understand. And yeah, we're super grateful that our clients have realized at this point, before it's too late, this is just going to be too much, and they want to switch gears and do something different, and that's awesome, and it's great, and it's not a problem. We're not going to hold it against them. We don't feel angry with them.
Right.
We just want to be some parts and pieces.
This can be part of the process. So that's just, we're still working through our process. And you need to feel that comfortable with the people that you're working with.
Yeah.
Okay? We are working for you.
Yep. Your people should be totally willing to sit down with you and go through all the nuts and bolts of everything, because it is such a big deal.
Yeah. It's huge, and you need to feel comfortable.
I think that's it in a nutshell.
Yep.
I think the cold feet in that comes from like the fear of the unknown, and we're here to take the mystery out of the things for you. Buyer's remorse is a terrible thing, and it's hard to undo that.
It's hard to undo that, so we want to undo it before we get to that stage.
Right.
Yep.
We want
And
you
that's
happy.
that's what we're doing in this case, and we are just going in a slightly different direction. And I think they feel so much better that they were able to tell us.
Yeah.
And we were okay.
Yeah.
We were all okay, and we told them it's going to be okay.
And we'll get to a happy. I don't want to say that. We'll get to a great ending.
A great ending, a good resolution. We're going to
Good
get them in
resolution,
the
yeah.
right house. At the end of the day, you're going to wind up in the house that's right for you.
Yeah.
So it may be a path to get there in some cases, but that's cool. We've done it before, and we can help you do it too.